Long before humans ever touched it, long before Earth even existed, gold was already being born deep inside the heart of a dying star. It takes something violent to create something so precious. A supernova, a star exploding with more energy than a billion suns. That is where gold is truly born. Or perhaps something even rarer. Two dead stars, neutron stars, crashing into each other. In that one collision, more gold is made than exists on all of planet Earth. These golden atoms drifted for billions of years, floating silently through the darkness of space, waiting. Then one by one, meteorites carrying this star-born gold began raining down on a young, fiery Earth. That gold sank deep into our planet's crust and stayed hidden there for nearly 4 billion years. Over time, rivers carried it out. Water wore down mountains, and slowly, gold began to reveal itself to the surface world. And one day, thousands of years ago, an early human bent down by a stream and picked up something that would change the course of civilization forever. It did not rust, it did not fade, it did not break. In a world of decay, gold simply refused to die. And so, my child, gold was not just a metal, it became a mystery, a symbol of the eternal in a world where nothing else lasted. The earliest humans began shaping it, not for money, not yet, but for beauty, for power, for the gods themselves. And from those first golden nuggets rose the first golden empires. In ancient Egypt, gold was not just wealth, it was divine. The Egyptians called it the flesh of the gods. They believed the god Ra's skin was made of pure gold. And so gold became sacred, untouchable by ordinary men. Deep in the deserts of Nubia, thousands of workers dug for it under brutal sun for a treasure they themselves would never wear. Here's a secret few know. When Tutankhamun's tomb was opened in 1922, his face was covered by 11 kilograms of solid gold. They believed gold never tarnished because it belonged to eternity. So they buried their kings in it to guide them into the afterlife. But gold did not stay buried in Egypt alone. Soon it began to travel across deserts, across seas, into new hands. In Mesopotamia, gold began to take a new form. No longer just jewelry for gods, but a measure of value between men. Around 600 BC in the kingdom of Lydia, humans struck the very first gold coins. And with that, money, as we know it, was born. Their king, Croesus, became so wealthy from gold that his name still lives on today. As rich as Croesus, they still say. The Greeks took this idea further. Gold became art, gold became architecture, gold became the very definition of glory. And when Rome rose to power, it didn't just conquer land, it conquered gold, mining it across 3 continents to fund its empire. But across the ocean, in a world Rome never knew existed, another civilization was about to build an empire entirely out of gold. In the mountains of South America, the Inca people had so much gold, they called it the sweat of the sun. Their temples were lined wall to wall in solid gold. To them, it had no monetary value at all. It was pure sacred light. Then in the 1500s, Spanish conquistadors arrived, and what they saw shining in those temples changed history forever. Ships upon ships carried Incan gold back to Europe. It funded kingdoms, wars, and the rise of an entire continent's power. But even Spain's riches paled next to one man in Africa, Mansa Musa, ruler of the Mali Empire. In 1324, he traveled to Mecca with a caravan so loaded with gold, he gave so much away, he accidentally crashed the entire economy of Egypt. To this day, historians call Mansa Musa the richest human being who ever lived. Richer, some say, than anyone alive today. Meanwhile, in Europe, men obsessed over a different dream, not finding gold, but making it. They were called alchemists. For centuries, they tried to turn ordinary lead into gold, a secret they called the philosopher's stone. They never succeeded, but their obsession quietly gave birth to something else entirely, the science we now call chemistry. By the Middle Ages, gold no longer just decorated kings. It decided who could even become one. And then, across the ocean once again, a discovery in a quiet American river would spark the greatest gold obsession the world had ever seen. January 1848. A carpenter named James Marshall spotted something shiny in a California riverbed. Within a year, the entire world went mad. 300,000 people rushed to California. Farmers, sailors, dreamers, all chasing the same golden promise. Most found nothing but hardship. For every man who struck gold, 100 more lost everything chasing it. Decades later, the same fever struck again, this time in the frozen Klondike, where men risked frostbite and death for a single golden dream. But while individuals chased gold in rivers and mountains, nations were quietly building something even bigger with it. In the 1800s, countries began backing their entire paper money supply with gold reserves. They called it the gold standard. For the first time, the value of a nation's money was locked, quite literally, to a pile of shining metal sitting in a vault. One of the most secretive vaults on Earth still exists today, Fort Knox in the United States. Almost no outsider has ever been allowed inside. It's rumored to hold over 147 million ounces of gold, enough to make even kings of old feel poor. But in 1971, the world changed. The United States broke gold's grip on money entirely. Currency was free, but gold's power never truly faded. Even today, in every crisis, every war, every economic collapse, humans still run back to the same shining metal their ancestors once worshipped. And here is where gold's story takes its strangest turn yet, because gold was never just about money. It held secrets far beyond it. Here's a secret, my child. The phone in your pocket contains real gold, tiny amounts in every circuit, because gold never corrodes. Even astronauts trust it with their lives. Their helmet visors are coated in a thin layer of real gold to block deadly solar radiation. Look closely at any satellite orbiting our planet. That shining gold foil isn't decoration. It protects delicate machines from the sun's fury. Doctors now use gold too. Tiny particles, 1,000 times thinner than a hair, helping detect diseases like cancer inside the human body. Here's something almost no one knows. The entire ocean is full of gold. Roughly 20 million tons, dissolved invisibly in seawater. Even you right now carry gold inside your own body. A few tiny milligrams, quietly present in your blood. Yet despite being everywhere, gold remains astonishingly rare. All the gold ever mined in human history would fit inside just 3 Olympic swimming pools. That may soon change. Scientists have found asteroids in our solar system believed to contain more gold than has ever existed on Earth. Companies are already dreaming of mining them. The same stardust that fell to Earth billions of years ago may soon return to us from space itself. From a pharaoh's golden mask to a microchip in your pocket, one element has quietly shaped every single chapter of human history. It has never rusted. It has never faded. And after 4 billion years, it still hasn't lost its power over us. So the next time you see something gold, remember, my child, you're not just looking at a metal, you're looking at a piece of a star. And that is the true history of gold.